What's up, everybody? Welcome to Directional Influence, episode 53, brought to you by VVV Gaming. I am your host, Rapture, and I'm here once again. It's the first episode of 2012, which I'm hyped about, and I'm here with two guys that are pretty awesome. They've been on the show before, even though one of them is sort of short. I don't like him, and he's ugly. But first, I have Diem and Doom here of Juice Gaming. Diem, how you doing?
I'm good, but you know Doom's taller than me, right? That didn't even make sense.
Nah, dude. And then obviously Doom is there too. How you doing?
What's up?
All right, so I got these two guys here from Juice, and we got some hype stuff to talk about. Obviously, this past weekend was Apex 2012. But before we get into this, may or may not, you guys have heard this. We got this like weird character leak apparently that I know you guys have seen. I know Doom showed it to me this morning. You guys have anything to say about this? Because there's this big list of characters apparently in the next Smash game. There's a logo we see, and then there's some Japanese letters that we can translate into English letters. We got like Ridley and Crystal and a bunch of random characters, and there's tons of people that are claiming that this is like the new character list. Mega Man's in there apparently. So, DM, what do you think about this?
I mean, it's a pretty standard list. I mean, it seems like someone's like ultimate fan list here, but I mean, I wouldn't put too much weight into it. We saw 1,000 of these things before Brawl came out, and none of them were even close to correct. I wouldn't mind it though. I mean, I want Little Mac to be in the game a lot, and I really want Saki to be in the game a lot, and those two characters would make me happy, even though since I want them to be in the game, they're going to turn out to be total trash. Because every character I want in a video game turns out to be trash. But I mean, for right now, I wouldn't put too much stock in it, but I would like it to be true. I mean, it's a great list.
Yeah, it is a pretty good list, but I think the thing that surprises me the most is how small it is. There are only maybe 15 characters on it.
Doesn't that bring us up to 50?
Yeah.
50 is a good number. Once you go over 50, you're kind of pushing it.
Well, the Wii U is actually claiming to be a real system this time, and this is, provided that no characters get dropped. Also, since Sonic is actually listed on the list, that implies that Snake might not be in the game again.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was actually just about to say that there is no mention of Snake, and no mention of any characters that were previously dropped in Melee being brought back, so Dr. Mario, Mewtwo. But we do see characters like, King K. Rool and Ridley, pretty popular, and I'm probably going to buy the game if that is the case. Crystal's in there, Little Mac, King Popo of Punch-Out!, and then we got... And the weird thing is here is that the image I'm looking at has a ton of different posts with a lot of different characters, so we're seeing like Professor Layton got mentioned, Slime got mentioned.
Layton is absolutely the biggest character for me. I mean, I'm such a huge fan of his games.
Yeah.
Or rather, Level 5's games starring Layton.
Yeah, I'm not exactly a particularly large fan of any of the games or the characters that are listed here, but I think Mega Man finally making it to Smash is awesome. I know Nintendo had contacted Capcom, and then Capcom returned their contact for Brawl, and then never followed up on it. So finally seeing Mega Man in a Smash game is really going to be cool. Also, Zoroark, I'm guessing he's going to be replacing Lucario.
Thank God, man. I'm so sick of that character. His stupid gimmicks.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as they put actual work into these characters and make them like actually balanced so we can play them at top level without having to worry about issues like banning characters and broken stages because of what characters can do. I mean, as long as that happens, I don't care what the list looks like. I mean, they could be completely brand new characters that no one's ever heard of before, but so long as they fit the game and aren't broken, I'm down with it.
Yo, Ridley for top tier, I really hope. I've been waiting to play as Ridley since Melee.
I think Ridley being on the list is probably the most troll thing about it. That's what ruins the most credibility for me.
How?
We had that. Well, did you see the concept art a while ago?
No, but Sakurai has many times said that Ridley is too big for Smash.
Which makes no sense because they've resized so many characters in that game. It makes absolutely no sense.
As time goes on, I think that's less and less important.
Yeah.
He was also a boss in Brawl, so
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I'd love to see him playable, to be honest. King K. Rool, if he gets those boxing gloves out from Donkey Kong 64, that'd be pretty hype. But either way, so I'll have the link in for you guys to look at and see for yourselves what you guys think. Please leave comments and all that. But what we do know is real, and what actually did happen was Apex 2012. And the three of us were there, all three of us on staff, but these two guys right here made the event happen pretty much. And it was actually crazy to watch them get stuff done. So we're going to talk a little bit about Apex 2012, and a little bit by means definitely going to talk about it. Overall, DM, how do you think Apex 2012 went?
Apex. Doom, you can go first, man.
All right, so I ran a majority of the Brawl side, as in I was the one on the mic. It would absolutely not be possible without the help of some very unexpected volunteers. We had VVV Chibo Senpai on the computer almost the entire time, seeding the brackets, making the pools, making sure everything got done in that regard. He was hired as the head Brawl TO, and he certainly did a fantastic job. And then we had two really invaluable volunteers. We had Fats and Chaos Marth, two people that don't really attend too many offline events, but they really made themselves absolutely the most useful people at that event.
Fats is my favorite person on the planet.
Yeah, after Apex, it's really hard to disagree. The entire tournament pretty much depended on them doing their jobs, and they didn't even have to do.
The jobs they didn't even have. I mean, like we talked about, I talked to Chaos Marth or Angel a few times before the event, but he in no way was going to be doing what he did. And the fact that he sat behind that desk for 14 hours and really helped us get through it is one of the main reasons the tournament finished on time. Not to mention Fats, who I've never even seen at a tournament before. Sarcastically, of course. But, I've never seen him have hosting duties before, and he blew me out of the water. This kid deserves a lot more than whatever he was paid.
Yeah, those two guys. I know Chaos Marth he was definitely toiling behind that laptop, getting pools done with Chibo and stuff. And both of them put in a lot of work. Now,
but I don't think either of us are going to sit here and toot our own horns and say what we did. If you were there, I'm sure you saw us almost ready to pass out. So, I've gotten a lot of PMs and messages and Facebook messages and everything else.
Yeah, me too.
Just saying you did a good job. So thank you to everyone who shows your support. It really means a lot to us. We worked very hard for you guys. So we're glad to see that you guys could, I guess, just see how much work we put in. So thank you very much to everyone.
Definitely. Also, apologies, at least on my end, for not having Apex Live actually happen.
That is not your fault.
That was sort of out of my hands, but I really wanted it to happen. I know we did the Armada interview, which was really hype, and
Mango interview.
And you guys did the Mango info, and then me and PD talked a little bit about did some updates and stuff. So I actually didn't catch those. I wanted to look at them, but I wish we had done more of that. And it's sort of out of my hands, but just apologies to everybody. Didn't really get to see more of that. But I'm actually going to talk a little bit about DI Live later on another note. Moving on.
One thing, without moving on, I don't want to move on real quick.
Go for it.
I've gotten also a lot of messages from people saying you guys should have done this, you guys should have done that, and I'm doing my best to take that in stride because a lot of people have their opinions, and I definitely want your opinions. But when I hear the same thing over and over, you should have had more setups, okay, asshole, I know we should have had more setups. Okay, we didn't have more setups. I don't know where you're getting 89 TVs. This was not my job. This was a job of another person. I'm not going to put him on blast. He knows what he did wrong. But these type of events don't run themselves. We had 400 people just in Brawl. Not to mention we had individual people who only entered Brawl doubles, bringing the Brawl events up to 410 people. We also had over 315 for Melee, and then 300 people enter the fighting games. Not to mention a crap ton of people coming in to spectate. So, there's a lot of TOs out there who run mid-level or high-level events who are saying you should have done this and you should have done that. No offense, and I'm taking everything in stride. I'm definitely working on for next year. Everything is going to get bigger. But dude, you did not have 1,300 people come through your door. Not to sound like a condescending jerk, you did not have 1,300 people walk through your door that you had to babysit. There
were also a ton of unforeseen problems that nobody could have reasonably guessed would happen. For one, the heat and the lack of a microphone system on one side of the room, but everything ended up working out by Sunday. Sunday really smoothed things out.
We put in so much work Saturday. I almost passed out on Saturday because I had a 20-hour day, not to mention an 18-hour day before that. But just major thanks to the staff.
Yeah, the entire staff did phenomenally.
Everybody who worked even a little bit made this tournament happen, so thank you, guys.
Definitely. Speaking of Sunday, that was the finals day, and we got to see in that big room where the stream was Street Fighter, Ultimate Marvels, Capcom 3, Melee, and Brawl. And we saw a big mix of the fighting game community and the Smash community come together. How do you guys think that went over?
I think it went much better from the Smash into fighting game community perspective. We had a lot of Smash players watching Marvel Grand Finals, especially Marvel Losers Finals, and every match that Alucard was in prior to that. People wanted to support their boy Alucard, great New York City Smasher, who is absolutely incredible at Marvel. Shout outs to Skrull.
Yeah, major shout outs to Skrull.
But Unfortunately, I still think the fighting game community has been largely ignoring the Smash community still.
I'm fine with that. When Smash 4 comes out, we're obviously going to get a much better attempt by Sakurai's team. He's already said that. So we're going to have a very competitive game, and these people are going to have to pay attention to it one way or another by the time this game comes out.
Yeah, even the casual audience will provide a whole ton of sales for Smash 4. So regardless, it's going to make a bigger impact than Brawl has. Brawl's gotten a lot of flack from even Melee players, and of course Brawl players hate on it too. But the game in general has just largely gone ignored. I saw on Shoryuken today, I was with you this morning, Rapture, when I saw, we both saw a bunch of Marvel and Street Fighter videos posted, but no mention of Brawl whatsoever. Apex to them was solely a fighting game tournament. And Shoryuken's a site that's supposed to represent every
I'm
game.
fine with it. I mean, if that's the way they want to go, Shoryuken at the end of the day is a business, and they need to push what they need to push to make money, and I'm cool with that. Hopefully, Smash will increase to the point, like I said before, that they'll have to take notice. I mean, Brawl has been on the circuit before. It's been on MLG. So eventually, we'll definitely see it. But for now, Smash will rock on the side. It'll run its own community. I mean, besides EVO, no event touched Brawl singles this year, or in the last year, or in the last 10 years, ever.
Yeah.
Unless your tournament said MLG or EVO, you've never had 400 people for an event, and you most likely never will until there's a little bit more of a corporate sponsorship. So the fact that we did that, and I'm going to toot my own horn, 400 people for Brawl. Please, by all means, get at me.
And having to handle that was absolutely the most difficult thing I've ever done in my entire life. So I'm pretty godlike too.
Well, it was actually really cool because you're talking about Brawl, but Melee got a lot of hype from the fighting game community too. I saw a lot of people sticking around, and until like Grand Finals happened. But before that,
damn it!
but until Grand Finals, it was really hype. I actually enjoyed it as well.
I hate Armada. No, I love Armada, and I respect the hell out of him from doing what he has to do to get that money. I mean, get that W, buy your plane ticket home. Hungry Box, on the other hand, my man should have changed characters.
Maybe, but I mean, Hungrybox really only does have one tournament viable character that he'll use consistently, and I can't disrespect him for trying to get the win as well.
How hard could it be to play Marth in that matchup? How hard could it be?
Or Sheik.
Yeah. Oh my God! Just jump up, do one thing, you win game. Like, just change, man. Hungrybox, I love you. You're being retarded.
Shout out to Hungrybox for being on DI before and then introducing himself to me like as if we never met, which was really funny. Which I thought was really funny. I was like, I'm such a random. He doesn't even remember my podcast. But either way, that was actually a lot of fun. So yeah, I mean, I hope at least with Smash 4 or sometime in the future, the fighting game community sort of maybe gives us a little more attention. Ultimately, I'm a random and I'm terrible, and I still like to see people give attention to the game I love, and I hope that changes in the future. Especially with Smash 4, because I think that's going to be really hype when it comes out, if it comes out, whenever Sakurai decides to start making it. And with hype things, what do you guys think was the most hype part of the event?
Inferno?
Yeah, I would agree. Inferno was really hype.
During loser semis, Alucard blew up Demon Hill in Game 3. It was an absolute blow up.
Amazing.
The whole venue stood up, spread their arms as wide as they can, and every single person in that venue yelled Inferno at the top of their lungs. That was definitely the most hype.
I think very close behind that would be any matches that Javi played in Melee.
Oh my God, that guy
is so good.
Shout out to Javi.
Also, Nairo versus Otori winners finals.
Yeah.
That nobody saw it coming. Nobody saw Nairo getting guaranteed third at the hardest and largest tournament
I couldn't be more
ever
proud.
made.
I love that kid.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Nairo. You are so godlike. That's unreal that he could accomplish that at age 15. Unheard of. I can't even imagine having that much talent at anything.
And for me, I'd probably say Ocean versus Mewtwo King was the most hype part.
Oh, how did I forget?
For me, I was barely in that crowd, and
make sure at this point to put a link to the picture for Ocean and Mewtwo King, because it is. If you look at this picture, it is the stock photo for competition. I'm so pumped.
It's probably the best picture ever taken, period. Forget about competitive gaming picture. It's really great.
I mean, just the amount of passion you can see in that video and picture. And I mean, being part of that, it was a nail biter. And I'm a habitual nail biter, and if I wasn't, I'd still be doing it. It was it was crazy. Shout outs to both Ocean and Mewtwo King for playing a really, really, really crazy match, especially Ocean for coming in pretty much as the underdog, I think, in that match. And, surprisingly, though, there was a lot of support for him. I mean, I can't avoid not rooting for a Rob in such a booty matchup for him. I
Yeah,
know I know
absolutely.
some people though had a little problem with people not rooting for Mewtwo King being an American player and an American audience. You guys have any comments on that?
Yeah, I think they need to stop that because just because a player's from your country doesn't mean he should automatically have your loyalty in
Mewtwo
a
King
match.
ruined American Smash. Like plain and simple, the jerk invented and honed a bunch of skills that made people hate him. So, Mewtwo King, I think you're like a cool dude in real life, and I'll tell you this anytime that you want to hear it. But I will never root for you against anyone.
I don't know, man. I don't think I'd go that far, but
I would root for the guy who burns my apartment down before I would root for Mewtwo King in a matchup.
Oh, word! I'm getting fans. I mean, honestly, I can understand. Here's my thing. I understand that people from the United States, but it's different from like the Olympics when there's only one United States team. You gotta root for them. But when there's a lot of American players and you were like in a foreign country, like he's one of many American players. And not that I dislike Mewtwo King. I have nothing against him. I'm just not a fan. And I mean, Ocean played his heart out, and I wanted to see a Rob win. I wanted to see the underdog come out, so I had to root for him. If anything, I wasn't rooting against Mewtwo. I was just rooting for Ocean. So that's how I see it. And ultimately, I think
yeah,
I would have
exactly.
cried a little bit if he did lose because, I mean, Rob's so bad that he had to win that. And good shout outs to Chibo for getting a shout out, even though he wasn't actually playing in the match.
Oh, speaking of Rob, that amazing picture would not be possible without the hard work of Robert Paul, our phenomenal photographer from
Robert
Apex
Paul.
2012.
All right, just real quick. Apex 2012, aside from the entire pot money like being stolen, the entire pot, every single thing that could go wrong at a tournament went wrong in succession. I mean, it was a horrible series of events, and the fact that we got through it makes us pretty much the most godlike dudes on the planet. The one thing that did not go wrong all weekend was Robert Paul's photography. I mean, every single thing that this guy did was phenomenal. His pictures came out, they're beyond, like they are the epitome of professional. Smugmug.com. I'm sorry, robertpaul.smugmug.com. Please go there. Check out the pictures from Apex and
I'll put a
everything else
link.
that he's done. Please.
I'll
This
definitely
guy's unbelievable. And if you're running an event
hire
sponsored
him.
by anybody, you got to hire this guy.
This
I mean,
guy,
every dollar he was paid, he should have got triple. I mean, I'm not going to pay him anymore. Yeah, but
He not only was he a phenomenal photographer, he also did a ton to help out with the event. There was a point where I had to renumber every setup because people had left, extra setups came in, it got all jumbled up, and he walked around the entire venue with a roll of tape and paper and wrote down numbers and helped me take them up. Guys, amazing.
Yeah, the guy was roughing at the fighting game community, section early, on Saturday. I remember him like calling out names of TVs that were open and results and stuff. I was like, this guy's going in. I thought he was just a photographer. I know we hired him from a ref too. Like he was really committed to it. And I remember on Friday he got like a picture of me playing Pokemon. I'm like, that's the only picture of me ever taken ever. And it got my good side too. I was so happy. No, that guy did amazing work. Really, I was really surprised. I was like, "Oh, look, another photographer." But no, that guy really surprised me with his work, and he took so many pictures. I heard he said like 2,000 plus pictures.
Yeah, something like that. That's just incredible.
Yeah, that guy needs to he needs an award or something for most dedicated photographer and best quality and stuff. But so one last thing about Apex, the future of it. Apex 2012. It's the third. It's been the third one. Where do we go from here? What is there a future? I mean,
yes, there is absolutely a future. Everyone listening can be assured that there will be another Apex, most likely next winter. Currently, Alex Strife and I and Shibo were talking about kind of like the ownership of the event. More details will be coming in the future, but Alex Strife is definitely not leaving. He doesn't know if he wants to do it again. We definitely don't want to do it without him. But I mean, everyone's going to be involved.
all right, cool.
Doom's definitely going to be there. I'm going to be there. You're going to see everyone that was on staff make a return. Hopefully, I mean, for the people who I don't talk to regularly, like Nick Sobske, Dynasty, and Fire, Chris from 8-Bit, and Chocolate Lemon. You guys were awesome, and I definitely would like to hire you for next year as actual employees. I mean, they stepped up to the plate a lot. I'm sure we're going to see a return of Chaos Mark, but we're definitely going to have this again next year. It's hopefully going to be in a bigger venue. We're going to have more setups guaranteed, and the schedule is going to be set week in advance, like guaranteed a week in advance. Everyone's going to know where they have to play a week in advance.
Wow.
And pre-registration will be mandatory.
For all games. I mean, the biggest thing, or I'm going to run it back real quick at the final thing. The biggest thing that hurt us with the fighting games, besides the setups, was the fact that we had about 70 people pre-register unique, right? Then we estimated, okay, we'll probably get up to like 130 to 150. This was a very decent number. I mean, this is what we expected. 5 days notice for the Evo qualifier, 283 people walked through the door. We couldn't possibly account for 130 extra people. So this time, we're going to try to get our Evo stuff done, and our mandatory pre-registration is going to happen. We'll close same time as Smash a week before, guaranteed, guys.
We're definitely, because that was a ridiculous amount of people that showed up. Now it became an Evo qualifier. I was really surprised, and even the spectator count, people just filing in to watch. I was like,
I think there was somewhere. It was definitely close to like 350 spectators on top of the 1,000 people that walked through the door to play.
Definitely. So that's good. Glad to hear there will be an Apex 2013 or 2014, whatever it is, or 20, whatever.
Definitely 2013.
Definitely 2013.
Or
Apex 4. I mean, or
no, they don't want that.
Apex 4 Arcade Edition. Super Apex. Can you please do Super
Apology
Apex?
Edition, indeed.
We're also probably going to be seeing a venue switch.
Hopefully.
Rutgers is a great venue, but it's not large enough to accommodate the 1,300 people we had, and hopefully more that are going to come next year.
Maybe we'll just raise the spectator fee.
Maybe.
I mean, this venue, it has a food court in the basement.
Oh, it's
wonderful. We have like 500 parking spots. We have the grease trucks down the street. I mean, the Hyatt's right around the corner. It's beautiful. But all right, let's go.
Let's move on. So before we wrap this up, one of the biggest things that happened at the end of Apex 2012 was Rain came on and told us about the Sunrise Tournament.
I'm so excited.
In Tokyo, Japan, this August 10th to the 12th. And if you guys haven't heard about it, you live under a rock, because we've already got a huge number of people interested. Myself, you two guys, Chibo, Black and Ease, Havoc, Coney. So many people are interested in going. Will wants to go.
Kiwi's already confirmed.
Yeah.
He's legit going, has his air tickets and everything. Doomer, Diem, tell me, what is this tournament?
It is the first actual invasion of any foreign country staged by the U.S. in fighting game history.
We are going to go to Japan and kick their ass in video games. No, you know what? I'm gonna beat them up.
No, we can't beat them up.
All right, you're right.
All right.
But no,
Yeah.
Reigns tournament. It was a national 2 years ago, and then last year, because of the earthquake, they were unable to have it. This year, they're trying to make it even bigger. Now, personally, being the horrible closet weeaboo that I am, going to Japan has been a dream of mine for over 10 years. They have actually invited us out there. I mean, they're not going to pay for our airfare, but they're going to pay for our housing. They're going to get us transportation and stuff, treat us like celebrities. It's going to be great. And me, Chibo, and Doom are actually going to bring enough equipment there to set up a live stream. A second live stream, so that the Americans can know what the hell is going on.
Which is huge.
That's a really big deal. We're so humbled and so floored that these guys want us out there. I actually had one of them tweet at me today, said, "Oh my God, Diem followed me back. It was like the best day of my whole life. Like, I've reached this point."
Yeah, it's
By
gonna
the
be
way,
crazy.
Captain
It's gonna be
Jack.
crazy. Captain Jack.
Shout outs to Captain Jack.
And I know I'll be there doing DI Live, which will be sick. So what was supposed to be happening at Apex, which didn't,
We got you. It'll happen.
it'll happen there. So you guys will get in-depth interviews, tournament updates, all that kind of stuff when you don't hear the beautiful voices of DM and Doom commentating on matches. Shout outs to Japan for being beautiful as hell, which is why I want to stay there for like a month and not just for this tournament. If you guys are planning on going, feel free to hit any of us up for if you guys have any questions or anything in terms of planning the trip, where you're going to stay, how you're getting
Speaking
there.
the language.
Speaking the language, me
Yeah,
and Doom are going hard body on learning Japanese. If you want to learn how to speak and read and write, or at least speak it, please hit us up, because we are going hard body. We're trying to learn this language so we can interact with this culture as best as possible.
Now, if you're not
get
going,
lost.
if you're not going and you really want to experience it, the best way to do that is to personally give me money.
And all the three of us have our own donation blogs going. You guys for you two and Chibo to provide
Exactly.
awesome stream equipment.
The vlog for us The money is going a mix between the three of us to ensure that we can get there and set up this live stream. I mean, this is a very expensive endeavor that we're trying to take over. So if you guys have anything to spare, I mean, you see the link here, please.
And you have anything extra to spare?
Love you.
Me and Blacka are also going to be trying to go. We're going to be, Blacka, me and him are going to be doing hype videos.
Oh, he speaks Japanese.
And you know what? And his grandparents live there, which is where I'm going to be staying in Osaka. So
Osaka is not near Tokyo.
We can definitely get there somehow. But either way, he has family there. But me and him are going to be doing hype videos. Perusing the city, the tournament itself, and then he'll be joining me on DI Live. So shout outs to him for being the best and teaching me Game & Watch. He was a booty character, and I'm terrible at this game. But so it's going to be really exciting. If you can't go, donate to us. If you can, you better plan it because, August is going to be coming out of nowhere if you're excited for this tournament. I know it will be for me and the two of these guys. So there's going to be more.
Thing.
Go for it.
Everybody who's hosting out there. We have the URC. Me and Doom are both members. Alex Strafe. Fucking Alpha Zealot's doing a great job. But I encourage every one of you to ignore the hell out of us and listen to this final thing. We're going to Japan. Everyone who's going to Japan needs Japanese practice, which means we need to be using their rule set until August. Please, if you're running a tournament, 3 stages. You know which 3 they are. Those 3 stages, Meta Knight Legal, 50 ledge grabs. That's it.
10-minute timer.
10-minute timer, but that's just stupid.
Oh, they have counter picks? Oh, they have Lilac.
They have 3 counter picks. Lilac,
teams.
Really, only a team?
I thought it was for everything.
It's Lilac, Yoshi's, and Pokemon
I can't
Stadium.
read it yet. It's a bunch of houses.
I'm pretty sure it's for all. Either way, I'm sure that eventually we'll have someone post an official Japanese rule set on Smashboard, so you guys will find it. But yeah, definitely, if you guys need to try and get that practice, you know how Japanese runs things, and we gotta step our game up clearly. Even though I hate Meta Knight, but either way.
I hate you.
Yeah, well, I hate you too. So, anyway, we'll have more details about Sunrise Tournament. I know we're going to be doing a lot of Sunrise-based content in the future, which is going to be really hype. So if you're getting hyped about it, follow us and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, it is now getting to the point when we have to wrap this episode up, DI episode 53. First off, I want to thank you two guys for being on the show.
Anytime. I love talking.
Yeah, I know you do. And it was great having you here, by the way, this weekend. It was really hype, or whatever it is today, Thursday? Yeah. And also, VV Game for hosting this show. All you guys out there for listening, really hype. Love you guys for 53 episodes. Love having fans still. It's really awesome. Feel free to, as I said, hit up the link with the image from the Smash Universe leak. Tell us your comments. Leave us comments on the episode if you have any questions about the Sunrise Tournament, getting to Japan, or if you can't go, please hit up our donation blogs for Diem, Doom, and Chibo, then me and Blacka to try and get there and pay for expenses and bring you guys the most hype content ever created on the face of the earth ever. With that, however, we will be dipping. This is
also,
episode what? Go for
follow us on Twitter.
Please follow us on
yes,
Twitter.
I'll have the Twitter links. You guys got the Juice Game dudes here, and then myself, VV Rapture. Put the Twitter links on there, so follow them. Follow
and
me.
Juice Gaming on Facebook.
Yep, do that too. Like Juice Gaming, 100% Juice, etc.
If you don't like us on Facebook, we'll ban you from the chat when we go to Japan.
If you don't like us in real life, we'll ban you from Japan.
Well, you can not like DM. Like, no one really likes him. He's sort of a dick.
Intern.
Yeah, you wish.
All right, with that, Rapture's going to be closing up, getting us some coffee.
Yeah, I'm going to go get these guys some coffee, poison it with some arsenic and all that good stuff, so you guys probably won't even see them in Japan. This is episode 53 of Directional Influence. Thanks for listening. See you guys next time.
Intern.